We're back, and we're continuing our conversation with John Mills, United States Army retired colonel, a man we've turned to again and again for insights on, well, a whole host of issues, but particularly about developments in the Far East. And John, he sort of threw in a laundry list of challenges we're facing there, not just the increasing assertiveness of China towards Taiwan and operations around it, as well as through its airspace. But we're also seeing them flanking us in the South Pacific and the Solomon Islands. Um, Cambodia, I think the Chinese have been deeply involved with the Cambodians for a long time, but they're they're obviously taking chips off the table at the moment by opening up a new naval facility. But this is really of a piece with what they've been doing around the world, isn't it? With their Belt and Road Initiative, creating infrastructure that can turn into power projection capabilities if they want to. In short, what we're looking at, John, it seems to me, is a China that is increasingly confident that they are ascendant and going to be able, should they choose to do so, to use military force decisively. And if they can win without fighting, as Sun Tzu taught, they'll do that. And I think probably they're more and more confident that that will be the case too. Your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the leading edge of American asserting American national interests, America First interests, should be State Department, and they've shown to be just totally passed out drunk in the gutter on almost every topic, too busy chattering in the faculty lounge at Foggy Bottom and other places, bemoaning Trump and America, and sometimes openly to foreign partners, which I've seen and just about felt like throttling or punching them in the face. At the gathering of the Conference of the Americas in Los Angeles, okay, I will give them credit. They kept out three of the worst of Central and South America. I think it was Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Cuba. Okay, good for them because there was some weak need moments that looked like they were going to bring them in. Mexico decided to boycott. Whoop de doo. But they've also all of a sudden discovered that China and Russia are in Central and South America. Yeah, newsflash. Secretary Pompeo, who was incredible at State Department and really began to flex some State Department muscle, they knew about that years ago and were starting to take action. So this is pathetic. Yeah, the Chinese are on the move. That no, they've run out of liquidity and cash. One of the reasons they've departed the Los Angeles movie scene, and Top Gun was actually pretty good and reinstated the Japanese and the Taiwan flag. But yeah, they're on the move, and it's our State Department that either needs to spend more time in the gym and start acting like a State Department, or just get out of the way because they're just worthless. And this
John,
is
I wanted to ask you about one other piece of this Taiwan scenario, and I think we may have a little bit of a disagreement about it. So I'm fascinated with your thoughts. We've been told, partly thanks to the legacy of the Kuomintang, which really had departed dramatically from Chiang Kai shek's anti communist traditions, to become essentially in Taiwan the party of rapprochement with China, engagement, and ultimately, I think, probably submission. Um, there is a perception that there's potentially a large, well, for want of a better term, fifth column in Taiwan that would make China's designs on the place that much easier to achieve. Your thoughts on whether that's real or whether that problem has been actually taken care of by the Taiwanese?
Well, President Tsai, the Taiwan National Security Council, and the Taiwan legislative body have been very effective at shutting down. It's not perfect. There's still little green men out there, but the lifeblood of little green men is cash. It's called walking around money. That's influence money. And in December of 19, and I had kind of dropped a big hint with some folks that was critical to shut down the little green man situation. They passed a new law and arrested a number of KMT supporters who were on the take. And Han Ko, who who also a lot of pictures of him hanging around with this Ted Lieu guy of California. But KMT is notorious, was notoriously corrupt. I mean, and Chiang Kai Shek would kowtow to anybody who handed him cash, as opposed to his wife, Lady Chang. So, my great uncle spent 3 years marching around China with Chiang Kai Shek. It was notoriously dirty. And but the best way to shut down the little green man situation, and I've worked this around the world, you got to shut off the cash supply. That's what keeps it going. No cash, really minimizes the little green man. I'm not saying it's perfect.
John, let me ask you quickly. We've got less than a minute. There is a report out of China that an economist there is arguing that China should somehow seize the TSMC chip manufacturing capabilities. I have no idea how that would be accomplished, but it is an indication of their interest in that supply chain. Talk very quickly, if you would, about what's at stake there.
Yeah, TSMC, the dominant chip maker in the world. I can't explain it. It's something in the water. They can do it. Everybody else struggles, including us. They've driven it down from 5 to 3 and dropping it further nanometers. The quality of these chips, and it is a driver in the world supply chain. I'm trying to buy a new car right now. It is
Mm,
a total circus and freak show of dysfunction. Thank you, Brandon. But it's a lot of this is driven by the chip things, and the
wow,
Chinese need it for their own weapon systems.
right. And they will get it, I'm afraid. John Mills, we have to leave it at that for the moment. So much more to talk with you about. We'll look forward to doing so again next week, I hope. In the meantime, thank you for your service to our country, past and ongoing, now with the Center for Security Policy. God bless you, my friend. Thank you to the rest of you for being with us for this edition of Securing America. I hope you feel better equipped to help us in protecting the country we love against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Check out our website, securingamerica.tv, for more on what you can do. And in the meantime, I hope you'll go forth and multiply.